Hey guys, this is Tiger. I was coming back to you with Overwatch 2, playing some Stadium because apparently last week I was an idiot. Like last Tuesday it must have been, which I did play Overwatch. I didn't know the fact of Stadium had got updated. I found out like 3 days later. It might have been 3 or 4 days later, because I think it might have been Saturday or something that I found out. But before we get started, see, guys, before, like, if I had known what it was, because I was presuming that loot box, like, you know what, don't check. I got on Monday, it's like, you know what, don't check. I'm only one away from getting my next thing, and it's like, okay, save it. Turns out to be a legendary loot box anyway, so it's guaranteed legendary either way. And Black Braid isn't the worst. Something else I'm also guaranteed is I've kind of waited to do this on stream. But I do have enough to get the full mythic for Diva now. Which means I'm going to spend 30 seconds seeing what I like and what I don't like, and first of all, I want the sparkles. I also want that. I also do like Diva's hair colorless, and I kind of do like the mask. Now, don't get me wrong, the two aspect colors I think really suit the mech, and I think are great. I kind of think this would have been a great color instead of like the blue and white, although again, I think all three of them are great. The pink's starting to really grow on me, but I'm sticking with like the cyan, black, and like red. I think it looks a bit cooler. Then there's that, which looks cool and annoying because everyone, black and gold is great. Certain characters it works great for, some it doesn't, some it does. But like again, I prefer the black and red, like deep, like red and black is my colors. Like black and red and black is my colors. When I've got to do a two-tone, when I'm doing like a two-tone color thing, or need two colors for something, like for instance, when I'm doing two sets of colors and one armor, I'll use black as I can act like as a detail color, a color to make things look a bit cooler and make it look a bit more detailed. This is default with all of them, and I do think this does look probably a bit cooler. You've got her with the blue hair. Here is I want to say it's blonde. Here with pink. Here with I want to say cyan to purple, but that could just be a light tone purple. And then here is a blonde. That this looks more like I want to say platinum one, but again, not 100% sure. Why some guys might know about hair color, like every precise color and all that lot for hair and all that lot, I do not. Like guys, I get color put in my hair because I like the red accents. I know it's not an actual pure. I know it's like not red. It's like a crimson color red. It's like a more darker red. I just don't know what exact color it is. But we are going to play some Stadium, and I've almost done the Battle Pass. I did invent annoying part of my stream when you stutter it, you can't get rid of it. I did eventually get the season bundle, the Reinhardt. That's why I say Reinhardt skin doesn't look bad. I don't despise the Sigma. I do have nicer Sigma skins. The main part was because I like the Widow skin. I think it's a really cool skin. And that's the only reason why. Because I know there's a group of people who will instantly just be like, nothing else is going to be said about this situation because nothing else is going to be said. But Stadium got an update last week. I don't know exactly what the update is. I am going to play some Stadium though. Also, guys, is this going to be the Percentina makeup stream to make up for the rival stream? Probably not. I'm probably going to try and get 3 games done and see how we go from there. I've just finished getting him Mythic, guys. I'm 100% playing D.Va. Like, don't get me wrong, I love playing Sigma, and Sigma's free profile. All modes. Time played. Guys, I've got 135 hours on Sigma, 128 on Reaper. My next closest is 117 on Mercy. Granted, D.Va's coming up close with 108, but then Brig, who's like just below the top 5, is 74. Then it's Kiriko, Reinhardt, Zen, and Sombra. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You then got Moira, Bap, Ilari, Juno's starting to get a few good hours. Widow's got a decent bit. Now, one here I do want to find. Freya, she's got 4.
Now that's what I call a competitor.
I'm hoping I didn't miss making D.Va good.
You can't go wrong with all-star roster.
So they've kind of gone for a kind of a defensive standpoint.
It's time for the teams to consult their playbooks.
That could be really useful.
Everyone could use a little help in the stadium.
You know what, yeah, we'll go for the Tokyo Rush.
Picked by the pros to start our competitors on time to power up. Powers are impactful modifiers that define a build. So
But yeah, guys, like, I've got like 100 something hours on Sigma. Yeah, and Reaper's up to like, it's like 135 and 120 on Reaper. But for them, they've got a Reinhardt and Ashe. I'm sorry if this obscures the screen. Reinhardt and Ashe and a Freya. Reinhardt will be a great defense. Ashe and Freya can then provide support from long range sort of attacks. Kiriko and Moira can provide close up and long range healing. We've then got me as D.Va, so a dive tank, soldier that can then back up from a distance. Moira can again do both. Lucio's a close-up person, and I want to say so is Mei. So not the worst teams in the world, not the best. We've sort of got a rush sort of style because Soldier's pretty quick, D.Va's quick, Lucio's got speed boosts. Moira can get to points pretty quick. Like, Soldier has a sprint button. D.Va has her jets. So, for the most part, they've got a defensive kind of team. Well, I say defensive. They've sort of got a long-range defense sort of style, sort of team. While we've definitely got we're going to rush you as much as possible. Pros and cons to both. Playing too defensive can be a hindrance. But rushing too much is also not great. Like about to say, I put myself into a position which wasn't great. But the enemy Ashe put herself in a case of she wasn't going to be able to get out of that. But again, Rhino has defense, offense, and can rush. And why I'm not the weakest, like, I'm not that bad of D.Va at a mech anymore. But D.Va at a mech is sort of a case of she's weaker than Tracer. And the only reason she is then weaker than Tracer is because Tracer has abilities. Like, Tracer can speed in, get out. Again, the one difference I probably would make for our team to make it a more of a stronger rush team. Add a Sombra or a Genji, or even a Tracer. Add someone who can get into places out of places and find out stuff. And for their defensive style, I'd probably chuck Brig. If they were going to go full defense, I would then say chuck Brig. That I would chuck Brig instead of... potentially instead of Moira. Finally eliminated. But when it does come to playing Overwatch, if I'm gonna start trying to think of more strategic and like try and be more like that, because I do at points do enjoy pinpointing like weaknesses, pinpointing all that lot. Like their biggest weakness is if you take out Reinhardt, their defense is great, which is why I would add. To change their team, yes, they've got long distance, but I'd either A, make it more long distance, or B, make it 4 defense. And to make it 4 defense, I'd probably add Torbjorn, Bastion for DPS, Mercy, and say Anna. Anna has long range capabilities, Nano Boost will help, and then Reinhardt. But actually, I'd also add Brig instead of potentially Mercy. Or Anna, so it'd be pick and choose, like you've got 3 great options for that. But full on, like, going in support. For tanks, you don't really have many great options.
It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top?
But for a more offensive sort of range sort of team, instead of Reinhardt,
The teams have 20 seconds left to prepare.
I'd say add Arissa, because I'm pretty sure she has decent range. I'd then keep Ash and Freya. I'd then keep both like Kiriko and Moira. It's like the only like for the enemies, if they're going for like more of a range strategy, Reinhardt does cover a few weaknesses, so it's not the worst pick in the world. But when you take care of Reinhardt, they do kind of become really weak. And depending on map, sometimes having a control base point, like a team that can control points. Like defensive based teams can hold down stuff pretty quickly and easily, depending on the characters, depending how good people are. Like again guys, I've been playing this game for years, so I've learned a good few tricks. Like granted, this is advice coming from someone who's not ranked great in comp. The highest I've ever been is gold. But like again, we take care of the Reinhardt. They're kind of snookered because they no longer have anything that can block or attack. You then take care of Kiriko, because then you then either take care of Kiriko quick or take care of everyone else. Either way, you don't really want to be leaving Kiriko around other people. Because if you leave Kiriko near other people, she's then going to start bouncing when stuff gets hard. Also, again, differences I would make to add to my team. I'd probably add a Mercy or an Anna. Like Lucio's speed is going to be way too useful. But like an Nano Boost could be Nano Boost is useful for almost any team comp. But Mercy being able to revive and keep the team at good health is pretty good. But like good Lucios can do it, and nah, Moira's more than enough covering it, which is a surprise. Bob almost survived a nuke. But for like a full rush team, I would probably swap out Moira for Anna. Like, Anna's not the best, but she does have range, and she can support via Nano. But also, Mercy can then get to you pretty quick. I'd then swap out Mei for... You'd probably want someone who's a good scout. My mind instinct goes to Tracer, but Genji's deflect. Or Sombra's hacking.
Time for the teams to gear up.
Boost leaves a trail of love. Yep. I saw the boost leaves a trail of love. It's like, yep. It's like, no second thoughts, just yep. But yeah, like, there's only a few subtle changes I'd make from both teams, and in both cases, both teams are kind of working. Like, Mei is able to put walls and kind of go on the defense, but also deal a good bit of damage, up and close or from a bit of a distance. Soldier's able to cover from distance. Moira can, like, Moira's a kind of a mixed bag because she can like up and close or far. Like, she's got her orbs to do like distance, but her own attack from like up and close. Lucy is more of a close-up person, and Diva's not got a stupid amount of range, but she does have some. So again, both teams are functioning pretty well. But again, like, not necessarily, you don't necessarily need to start thinking a case of, okay, the enemy's made a step up, we can counter that and then go straight forward. You don't need to necessarily think about that. Because I 9 times out of 10 don't. This is probably one of the first times where I think I've done it a few times subconsciously and just been like, okay, so we can counter from like that. Stadium is not the best game mode to like start putting in 4 sets of counters. Because like, if there was an enemy Reaper on the enemy team, or an enemy Zarya, I'd be kind of stupid. Because like, Reaper can go through tanks very easily. Especially good Reapers. You don't. Yeah, never mind. But say, why in the hell am I like, oh, hold on, no perks. Yep, that makes so much sense. I'm so used to playing like with perks because it's been a little while since I played Stadium. Kind of whoever gets this. Like, unfortunately, what's become is we caught the first point. They then had home field advantage. They've managed to catch that, but it now does become who can control B.
The objective is now active.
Annoyingly, I'm using mech as a defensive tool. Does that tiny Bob... Does Bob look tiny, or is it just the angle I had?
Reset and regroup.
Damn it.
Bring it back. The score is 1. Quite the performance from these superstars. Coming up next, put those hands together. It's time for push.
Ah, the Redwood Dam. I have no idea what part of like the for the last map I knew exactly.
Every choice is crucial.
don't know how useful the beam thing's gonna be, but we'll find out. But like the last map, it was essentially all they took out was essentially the two final big, like the two big points that essentially give you like 3 points. You still kind of had the two little side areas. Like instead of A through A B C D E, they just essentially took out what was the equivalent of A and E, and then just that kind of they took D and E out and then just moved A over one to be accurate. But like for this map, I have no idea. Actually, no, I do know exactly where. It's like I have no idea. It's like no, I know exactly where this thing is. Actually, no, I don't. Like whether it's a new part of the area that we just only get access to when in stadium, who knows. Also, the one benefit to having lava come out after you, as like in stadium, after you essentially fly at people, it becomes a very useful offensive weapon. The enemy then has to be a bit more careful where they're standing, and have to watch out for you more. Look, even just being able to do that is just so useful. But again, both teams' sort of style of play is being tested. Son of a bitch. I really want to know why a German in a suit is bloody, you know, stronger than a literal mare. Like, the reason I ask is it's like, it makes somewhat sense. It's like, no, because if Bridge uses shield back with Reinhardt charges, it stops Reinhardt's charge. Like, they literally bump into each other. Same if Doomfist goes for, like, the punch sort of dash. They do. I don't know about Doomfist and D.Va. I presume D.Va would just sort of knock him down and potentially still going on, because a dude with a punching arm compared to a badass in a mechanized suit. And the reason I say badass is if anyone's seen her, how she was introduced during Overwatch 1, then you'll know why I say badass. That she pulled some crazy stunts, D.Va has. Tiny Bob! I want to know why Bob is so tiny. Also guys, for anyone who does say mythics are given out way too easy these days, like, they kind of are. Like, to get a mythic, you used to have to complete the full battle pass, and then you'd unlock it with everything then. I think it was like when Tracer's mythic came out. I think that was the first time when they were like, you know what, we'll experiment. We'll get you to earn parts of it during the battle pass. Then they eventually introduced the primo currency for it. But with the earning, like, because what it was is you'd essentially earn level 1 at like the 45 mark. forgot what I was saying. In all fairness, guys, I literally just forgot what I was saying. I was just saying it 2 seconds ago. How the hell have I forgot? I'll add that and that. But yeah, guys, it was originally, now remember, 45 mark for the first stage, 65 for the last stage, and then like 80 for the final stage. Then they basically turned around and said, at like 8, 18, 28, and roughly guessing here, I will double check after this round. 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 98. Like you'd get the back, like you'd get 10 of the currency to get it. Once you got 50, you get the first stage, and each stage became 10 after that, which was kind of annoying. Like, and it still kind of is, considering it's still in play. But I kind of prefer it to what it used to be, because you used to have to get all the way up to level 80. At least now, even if you don't get the, at least now you have another option. Like, granted, you've always had the essential option to max out the battle pass by paying for it. And by max out, I mean buy like 80 levels worth of things. But in reality, I play bare minimum Overwatch. I get the 1 through 80 done within a month. So it is possible to get done within a month for doing bare minimum. Like, just doing your dailies each day, which is like 3 games. Dailies each day, which is like 3 games, which is basically win, play 3 games in unranked, and then say hello or thank the support. It's basically simple stuff like that. It takes all honestly, it takes like half an hour. And granted, 9 times out of 10, I do get a good boost. But I still say it would be possible to get done within about 5-6 weeks doing that. And even then, I now took additional games into the comp to stream. We need to take control of this point. I don't care whether, guys, I don't care whether they take, like they take next point and then it carries on going each other. The way it's going, we win next, they then win the next, we then win the one after that, they then win. And what I did was get 4 out of 5 of their team all the way to a point to deal with 1 diva out of mech, which gives the team enough time to, you know, take care of a couple members. Because guys, if 4 people go after 1, there's 1 left, you deal with that.
Let's check the standings. 2 to 3. I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these.
Round 6.
Up next, get ready for chaos.
We need to win these next 2, but I don't think we are. The one thing I do like about these is they give you a nice little tour through all the maps.
Now's the time for our teams to work out their strategies.
Yes, sure. Again, I see 1 overlap, so I need to go, nope, need to tell it. It's like, no, well, hold on, wait a second.
We've already seen so much action, and there's still more to come.
Like, if I had the cash to get that, I would have been boosted so much more. Hopefully, next round, I'll get enough from this. I'll get a good few from this if it goes into a next round. Hopefully it will. And then be able to get that, then go full force into it. But so far, they're more defensive style of play with
Not long now until
having range to block off is working more than our rush style. And the reason I say they're defensive, in this case, guys, I'm going based off their tank being Reinhardt being a defensive character. That's their only real defense. But for like us, for like the rush thing, Lucio speed boost anyone who's within his circle. Soldier can sprint. Moira can fade and get in places pretty quick. May's the only one on our team that doesn't have some form of get in or get out ability. It's like, guys, using this map is like a perfect like excuse. This is the point, like the first point you win. Then you'll have the next point which will basically be like overlapped. Then the final point would be like the right back and normal, but these are essentially small shrunken down versions of it. Why is Bob so tiny? Why could May not have done that 2 seconds beforehand? Why is May an ice cube? Or an ice rock? Alright, serious question. So, yeah, so there's that, and then there would be like a point that's basically there. Like that would then be the thing. Then there's like that, so they basically from control point, I don't know. From this style of map, you again, from this style of map, you basically learn to adapt. See, under most circumstances, I would turn around and be like, May should probably switch to someone who's May should 100% switch if she could, but she can't. But we have a balanced team, so it'd be more of a case of, especially someone who can benefit the team more. Also, guys, always thank your support. But like I was saying, dailies, they'll take like half an hour. Sometimes you'll get them done in about 5 minutes. Because I've literally had cases where it's been like, get a team kill, win a game, and emote hello to you know, say hello to one of your teammates, and had all that done in one game. I do 3 games because then I have like more weekly challenges. Because one of the easiest weekly challenges to do, it's like 3 games as characters not ranked in your top 3. If it was your top 5, I don't think I'd be able to play Diva or Kiriko. I'm pretty sure they're like 4 and 5. Which does mean I don't get to play much of... I don't get to play much of Mercy, Reaper, or Sigma. Considering how tiny Bob is, he's kind of a pain to avoid, so yeah, they're 100% going to win that one. So they've 100% won. There's 1 left. Actually, yeah, they've won overall, because of there only being 1 left. The best case scenario, they'd still win from having 1 point, even if we did win, so... GG to them. Their more defensive style worked for them. Again, there's nothing wrong with either style. But like, in cases of, and unfortunately prove the opposite, playing too defensive can sort of backfire, and at some points they were sort of in cases of, No, that is the literal battle pass. 100%, like not 100%, but like all through 180. Battle pass complete. Guys, if you are new around, hit like and subscribe, because this is the typical content I like putting out. So like 9 times out of 10, I could go on a complete losing streak and have like some of the worst luck ever in comp. That's still gonna get uploaded. Now, while this takes 30 seconds to load in, I need to go grab myself a drink. Because again, this weather is absolutely annoying. And I much prefer the winter. And anyone who does prefer summer, fine.
It's nearly time to start the game, and the crowd couldn't be more excited. These teams are bringing
Perfect timing.
competition. Welcome to the Armory. The teams are gearing up. Every choice is.
So guys, the reason that was literal perfect timing.
Everyone could use a little help in the stadium. Example builds picked by the pros to start our competitors off on the right foot. Time to power up. Powers are impactful.
Again, the reason that was quick is literally because where my PlayStation is. Like, my PlayStation's literally in my sitting room. My kitchen's like a 2-second walk.
Get here quick enough.
Plus, guys, in this weather, I don't think I could full on night stream for a couple of hours in my room.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
Because my room either A is cold or B warm as anything.
The armory is about to close.
Whoops, daisy.
Three, two, one. Capture the objective.
Although I recognise this map, I can't think what this map is actually called because I do recognise it. They've got Arista at. Who's this another one? Are they running a mixed attack? I don't know why I keep going to check it like that. I can see it up in the corner. Reaper and the Arista. Well, Reaper can get in close, deal a good bit of damage. Arista can block stuff and get in close and do good bits of damage from far away and push back. Ash can eliminate the weak from sniper shots. Lucy Boost is speed boost and Mercy can revive. But for us, again, I did go for rush mode for D.Va because I do want to actually try and make it work. There's only one thing on our team that, kind of, and as someone that works for kind of any team, because of how, like, granted, most of these builds I don't know, so I could be wrong. But going based on, like, the base, like, stuff, and as a sniper with complete dart and ability to heal, she can heal from range. Ashe has range, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But like Mei last time,
One life down.
it's like, I'm not saying Soldier would be better, like, compared to like Sombra or Tracer, but like chuck a Sombra or Tracer onto his team and then chuck like Kiriko, you've got a pretty decent rush. Or Mercy, which would give you a pretty decent healing. Yeah, figured. Guys, easy note to know when Reaper's trying to be a sneaky bastard is, when you don't see him and it's been a decent period of time and you can start presuming he's probably got Death Blossom, then when you randomly see him in the back of your mind, it's like he should not be there. He's gonna sneak up on you and do Death Blossom. How do I know? It's the same tricks I pull.
Time for the teams to gear up.
Oh, great, our Lucio left.
These teams are giving it their all for a shot at the win.
That. And that. Again, they've probably won. Annoyingly. But our Lucio left, which
The arena is
does leave all the healing down to Anna.
20 seconds to go.
But it then does make it so we're no longer I wouldn't say we're no longer a rush team, because Anna and Ash's slow mobility could be made up by Lucio being able to push. I'd say more of a control style team now. Which it might be what it was at the beginning, which in that case, there wouldn't be no change I would make if it was a control style. Granted, I wouldn't say D was the best for a control like style based, like need to hold down point for a good bit of time. Because again, a more defensive team kind of does better for that. But like D.Va can then do a bunch of different things that like a full defense team can. Ashe has range, so she has the ability to pick people off. Genji can get in, deal with the weak, and Anna has nano boost. So we need to capture something and control it for a period of time. Yeah, it's not the worst team in the world. That's pretty decent. Again, there's probably a few changes that would be good to make. See, what I do despise is Overwatch full on being like, so if you leave in the next so many seconds, even though one of your teammates has already left, you're also going to be in trouble for leaving, because in this situation, I think either A, make whoever's team lost because of it, I'm not saying the winner shouldn't win or shouldn't gain something from winning. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if someone leaves your team and then you lose, you should not be affected. I've had comp scores get completely fucked because of some random person's decided to leave halfway through. And in comp, I don't know why, you tend not to get replacements. In unranked games, someone leaves like, oh, okay, 2 seconds later. In comp, any comp game, for Overwatch at least, I don't want to say the same from other rivals, because I'm pretty sure I've seen people leave and then someone join like 3-4 seconds later. Pretty sure they're pretty decent with that one. But the only time you get a free pass for leaving is if I think it's at least like 3 people have left, or at least 2. So if I go to, yeah, round lost.
0 to 2. You can really tell who the playmakers are. Coming up, the teams are facing off.
I'm pretty sure they just need to win the next one. And again,
Come up with this round.
Nah. But again, if I go to leave, it'll let me leave, but I'm pretty sure it'll just still punish me for leaving. I'm not gonna leave because I'm not a dick, or a douche, or a cunt, or any other names that's more friendly than what I said. But like, I do, it does bug the living hell out of me that Overwatch like will punish 3 full people for one person's actions. Like, I seriously don't think the enemy, like, if you're on a team, there'll be a few people out there that do disagree with us. I do really think the fact that the Punishers should be punished and have their comp scores. Say if they were, you know, a top 500 player, yeah, chuck them all the way down to, you know, ban them for like a month and then chuck them all the way down to like silver or something. Like drop them a couple ranks. And a lot of people would then would do it because of that. But then after, I'd say after like 3-4 bans, come the 5th permanent ban.
Commencing attack on objective B.
But like, we're not winning this, and I'm pretty sure if they win this, they overall win.
It goes live in 10.
I was expecting that. I main Reaper, so I know when there's going to be a death loss. But like 8 times out of 10, so like an 8% chance, I'd say. I can predict the death loss. There's a few times where I've gone to predict, gone 100% wrong, and there has been a few times where I've not even seen Reaper. But if I see him and I think it's been enough time, it's like, yeah, he's going for death loss. It's one of those things where you're not always going to be able to predict ults. But like, at some point you will start picking up on like things. Like, if D.Va goes to rush at you, and it's been, again, all these are going to be if they've had a good chance to sort of charge up their ult. Then, and she starts to charge at you, or now charges up to the sky. Yeah, there's gonna be a nuke. And if Genji starts being like, I'm an ungodly man, I'm an ungodly engine, I'm an ungodly cyborg with a blade that will cut through anything. He's got ult. And if you're noticing the fact of like, you're getting pinned down from points where the enemy shouldn't be able to see you, where there's activated hers. Like, there are some kind of harmless ones that aren't harmless, but don't mean you need to immediately evacuate your area to a degree. Like Widows, it just alerts the enemy team, it just alerts her whole team to where everyone is for a few seconds. Then keeps everyone alive. Mercy gives you ability from power boosting to healing everyone at once. I'm pretty sure Lucy just starts dropping the beat. Kira gives you a rush boost, then get some deadly ones. Reaper, when given a chance, will obliterate anything in its path with Death Blossom. D.Va, with a nuke, can be deadly as anything, one of the biggest things you'll face. Wrecking Ball with Mines. Reinhardt with Shatter plus, you know, a charge. You're not gonna make us do a 4th, are you? This is Crawl Game, and you know it. Basically, if you win 4 out of the 7, you win. Which means you could go 4 rounds, and only need to do 4 rounds. You could go 7 rounds, and need to do 4-7.
The teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial.
I'll say those two. And we'll power up the cannon.
These teams are giving it their all for a shot at the win.
Well, I'm kind of I'm kind of happy to know the fact that just taking out one character from a team can change it from a rush team to a control team. Like taking Lucio out of the team and swapping him for almost any support.
Is ready and waiting. 20
Like
seconds
swapping him for
This is our last chance.
Brig,
Let's win
swapping
this
him
thing.
for Mercy, Moira, Zen. Then you have more of a control style team instead of a rush team.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
Usually looking at a few members of the team, you can kind of determine what type of team it is. Most teams will have a mixture of... They'll have someone who, like, tanks, like, typically will be a case of... It's kind of ironic. That's a bit ironic. Kind of a funny thing to go from... Like, the path normally carries on going up that way, if I'm not mistaken.
5 in 10.
But yeah, tanks will kind of be the case of the heavy hitters, the big walls, the defense you can't get behind. DPS will be the big hitters, doing a lot of damage, pretty decent, and the supports will be supporting the team. Because guys, believe it or not, support doesn't mean I'm going to stick this rod halfway up your halfway up your backside and heal you for the full time of the game. Support means back in the team, which is why, believe it or not, Symmetra used to be in support. I was surprised to find that one out, and it is a lesson I've learned, because it's like, hold on, wait, Symmetra can heal, Symmetra's ready to heal. I remember playing a game mode, I can't remember what the game mode was, I think it might have been like an April Fool's like game mode, or just a thing chucked in, where Symmetra was chucked into support, and her turrets didn't do damage, they healed. I'd be down for that. Like, Sombra does kind of, like, Sombra, Symmetra do, like, Symmetra definitely. Sombra kind of do kind of feel like support players. Like, Sombra can get behind hack things and heal. And like hack health packs and heal that way. Symmetra can then set up turrets and all a lot and support the team. Pretty sure I did fly straight past her Anna and leave her in trouble. Although giving my team credit, we're doing surprisingly good with only 4 people. And we are getting pinned now. Now how much of a difference would Lucio actually make? A decent bit actually. Lucio can heal, speed boost, either or depending on situation, which would allow us to constantly keep control and benefit of a 5 vs 5. Because right now, it's not a 5 vs 4, it's a 5 and Mercy has a res. It's a 5, it's a 6+ team, or it's a 10 vs 4. There's no way, like, Mercy res can change how a battle is going. Because she can revive someone that's just been killed. She can pocket someone to make sure they don't die. Cool Genji Blade. He's gonna get... maybe not.
Get in there, Bob.
2 seconds I would have had that, not that, but a nuke. Again, GG, but we got screwed from like first round when we lost and Lucio decided to go, I quit. Something I'd be okay with him testing Stadium is, if someone does leave, not punishing the team that player left from. And my rank hasn't changed. Why? But quickly looking at the names, then we'll jump into the last game. You have Retro Gamer, which I do like. Teacher's Pet, kinda funny. The Retro Gamer thing does make sense, and I'll go over why I'm going to say most of them are going to make sense, and which ones don't. And Teacher's Pet, Fragile Flower, Mini Maxa, Bad Apple, Fleeing Beauty, Smarty Pants, and Noob. So, the Noob... I'm going to say Mini Maxa, I could be wrong. And the Retro Gamer are all game-based ones. Retro and Noob are 100%, and Mini Max I'm not 100% sure. Then the Teacher's Pet. The Fragile Flower, well actually, Teacher's Pet. The Bad Apple. And then Smarty Pants are all school-based ones. Like, Smarty Pants is typically people say to the smartest people in the class. Bad Apple is typically used as, this is the one bad student in the class. And then Teacher's Pet, well, that's obvious, it's the person who will goes, Sir, Miss, don't we have homework this week? You know, the person you want to punch in the face because it's like, I would have had a nice quiet weekend, now I have to do a 5-page essay. Yeah, that person. Ooh, loot box. Time to see if we get a legendary. See, I thought it was going to be another few days and I was going to have to hold on. Happy I don't have to. Ooh, Genji Man. Also, yes, guys, this particular skin, Genji Man, is a reference to Sentai. And if you don't know what Sentai is, it's Japanese Power Rangers. Because Genji Man might not look like it, but the Sentai does. So, time to go and jump into one more game and lose. Also, guys, Max Million Volts back up. This is what I got from it. Not the worst things in the world. Granted, I could. But, like, Drake Master and Lynch King, I'm not too fussed about. Or that. I'm not really fussed about any of them. Like, Volt, Maximilian's Volt, I do overall like. Because it gives chances to get some older skins, some more expensive skins at a cheaper price, or some skins that have not been in for a while. Skins that you wouldn't typically have access to. Playing Freya. Guys, if you know, you know. I love playing Freya, and I've not played. Actually, no, I've played a decent bit of Freya this season. Ah! So I was going to say, if we get something like. Reinhardt typically defends, but he does have a boost to allow him to charge into battles. I was going to say, if we get something like D.Va, 100% a rush team. And guys, by rush, I literally mean a team that can get back to point pretty quickly. Who can start rushing point. And like defensive teams are typically teams that can get back to point quick, but they can typically hold it quicker and for longer. Those are the 4 teams, and oh my god, they got one of those teams.
Welcome to the armory. Now's the time for our teams to work out their strategies. Everyone could use a little help in the stadium. These are
We're gonna go for Stormbringer.
picked by the pros to start our competitors off on the right foot.
Hey there.
See, typically whenever I've mentioned D.Va tonight, I've mentioned her in a rush capacity, or
The first round can't get here quick enough.
last round as a mix, was it mix something? Basically, essentially being able to,
The teams have
I think it was essentially just be able to like control a point, keep hold of it, and
The armory is about to
sort of being able to adapt. In this case, the enemy is currently running a more of a,
3.
we're gonna mess with you sort of like Anakin Nana boost, so that's gonna come out of nowhere. Reaper's Death Blossom's gonna have to start watching for. Diva's nuke along with being sneaky herself, and
Objectives unlocked.
she could well 100% have the lava thing equipped. And then Moira being able to fade, it's not a rush team, it's more, we're gonna control this. Close it.
Everyone hot test subject. Oh, no more of that. Let's push.
Bad say, I know you're still there. It's like, no, he's actually dead. Look at the carpet. But I love playing Freya in Stadium more than I love playing Freya in Motion. I get out. Barely. Thought I was like doomed, and it's like, no, I can barely get out. Some characters wouldn't, but from looks of it, you could basically jump the fences, almost anyone. Sort of like, jump it, and like, I was able to walk up the railing. If not, I was basically would have just had to jump and then gone, whoops.
Mess with the best. I never get tired of this. Let the kitsune guide you. Surrender to my will.
Yeah.
That's what I call
Reaper did kill me, but he didn't get me with Death Blossom. Which
30 seconds left.
is more annoying because I've had points where
Last miss.
I've got, in one game, a triple kill with an ult, we'll say Diva's nuke for example, and then again a triple kill earlier in the game, 2 kills with an ult, and then 1 kill not with the ult, and then play the game with,
Teams are going head to head in control.
the example I'm using this was a recent thing, and I was like, okay, the thing I'm going to play the game for is the triple kill with the nuke. A lot more impressive.
The teams to gear up.
Oh, I was wrong. Pardon me.
Another round down, and it's safe to say the teams are in the zone.
But
Only
what was I
20
saying?
seconds left until we
No, I know what I was
this
saying.
round off.
But yeah, guys, I love playing a Freya. I don't know why, I just do. It's like for a good few years, Reaper's been like my favourite character in this game. Is he extremely edgy and very dangerous? Yes. Would I take the risk to just to have a 30-second conversation of going hello to him?
3, 2, 1.
As long as there was, you know, someone from Overwatch there to back me up and he was locked behind and couldn't use his powers. Because I'd be an idiot to willingly walk near, to go anywhere near him. Because guys, if you've seen any of the Overwatch shorts, especially ones back from Overwatch 1, you'll know in that, Reaper basically uses Death Blossom for the sake of it. like like in the actual like normal big gameplay, you have to have a lot more control over it. Like, it has to be limited to you need a charge. In the shorts that they did for it, no, he really does not need that control. Which is also why in those same shorts, we barely see Diva blow up her mech, because in those she doesn't then instantly get a new one. But it's always interesting to see, like, comparing like a character, comparing how a character functions in a playable sense compared to how like story wise they are. Like Winston for like the story for Overwatch. You beat him off, he goes pissed off rage monkey mode. In Overwatch, he gets that from charge. Regret what I was about to say now, because it's like, I'm not dying to death, Blossom. I refuse to. Kiriko gets away. Two Kirikos. I swear down, I just saw two Kirikos. I could be seeing things. It's like, I'm not done. I jump down as I jump back, as I'm just about jumping back up. Just the bullet, the one bullet fucking tied through me. No, that makes sense. It was Moira. Their skins look similar, and by that I mean, I'm presuming both are mythics, and they are both the exact same color mythics, which means they're gonna blend together. See, it's rare to find a skin for a mythic skin for the same person, and have them be exactly identical, because while you only have a few options, someone might not necessarily do the exact same color or the exact same like options as you.
I've always liked a challenge.
It's not impossible. There's probably someone out there who's got Diva's mythic to the exact same ones as I've got. How? There's no way that was close. That's way too annoying. See, guys, I thought I hadn't been streaming for that long, because it's like, yeah, it's not been, it's like, no, it really has. Like, 3 rounds of Stadium is like a long. It's like, I've been streaming for like an hour and 10 minutes, because I can check by just checking via, literally just by pressing the middle button on my PlayStation. It's like, how long I've been streaming. It's like, wait, hold on. That's basically, what, 2? That's like just over 2 rounds of Stadium. When you break it down, one was for, heck, I don't know how long the other was. But those 2 rounds must have been, what, 30 minutes each? Probably, like, say 25 each. And the last 2 rounds have probably been, like, 10 minutes each.
Not long now until the teams lock in for the round. Over here.
You see, the stream's probably going to be about an hour and a half.
3, 2, 1.
Like, I love playing Stadium on stream, and I love, like, basically the only time I get to play it. until I put into consideration, hold on, wait a second. I do 3 round stadium, I 100% need to be in the mood to stream for a few hours. Because when streaming New Adventures yesterday, I was... Granted, I don't think I do still think I wasn't like lacking, or I was just like, yeah, do I need to? And say, yeah. Oh, well, it was still fun. I didn't hate any part of it. It's just sometimes you'll find out when doing content, or if it's one of those days, you might not necessarily want to. What I would have liked is an easy win. Damn it.
Surrender to your mother.
Although one game I probably never will do on stream is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Because if you don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh! is, it's a card game. Master Duel is basically the online competitive side of it. And the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh's meta duels these days are... I was watching some, like, there's two archetypes currently taking over Yu-Gi-Oh! Malice and Ryzeal. I was interested in Malice because it's Alice in Wonderland plus, like, malware and all that lot. So something really interesting to me. Because why overall I don't care about either side, I thought the archetype looked cool. So I wanted to try it out. I've not got the deck built fully in IRL, and I don't have it complete on Master Duel yet. Mainly because you need so many ultra res. Although one change I was happily did bring to Master Duel is you can have more than 35 decks. Like something that bugged me for a tiny bit is Master Duel limited. When Master Duel first came out, you only had 20 decks. Now, me being at a time, don't ask me why, I wanted, for 6 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh!, like I say 6 series, Duel Monsters GX 5Ds, Zaxel, Art 5, and then Reigns. I wanted essentially 3 decks from each. Because typically how I did it would, from like Duel Monsters it would be... Because typically it would be Yugi, Kaiba, and Joe for Duel Monsters because... Yeah, I agree with whoever... Yeah, I agree with Kiriko, we need to eliminate the Reaper. Because, no offense to my Valentine to any Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters fans, but the female like representation for like protagonists, like the female person we see a lot is Taya Gardner. Now, she has a 100% win rate, so why would I not want to build her deck? Because she barely knows how to duels, and her 100% win rate barely counts. She beat Joey in the first episode because he wasn't 100% sure how to play the game and only had monsters, didn't have a proper deck at the time. Guys, it'd basically be like having a complete meta deck, a deck that you use to essentially do for competition, and then having your mate come up with like a cheap structure, like a $10, like just one copy of a structure deck. You're 100% gonna win. Back then, you needed structure to your deck, and then I believe my Valentine then I believe surrendered, giving Taya the win, and then the only competitor I believe she actually ever properly beat that couldn't be questioned was what's his name, Crumb? One of the members of the Big Five during that arc. Been a while since I've seen that duel because I typically avoid that arc anytime I rewatch it because it goes through halfway through Battle City. Battle City one of the best arcs in Duel Monsters. Like, you've got Battle City, and then the Awakened Dragon arc. Two great arcs. Like, I don't despise Doors Kingdom. Doors Kingdom was good, but the virtual arc really should have come after, instead of beginning at the beginning of season 3. Like, it would have made a lot more sense if it was just say beginning of season 2. But then again, there's part like they'd have to change a tiny little bit because they get taken halfway through, and then like Kyber says in like episode 20 of season 2, well, time to get back to Battle City. But yeah, so she has one very easy win. She has someone surrender against her, which yes, I know these all still count as wins, but it was more of a, here you go, I'll give you the win, because I think my potential might be enough to win. I don't 100% know. It's been months since I've seen that duel. I don't willing, like, Duel Monsters is the one series where, unlike GX5Ds, and I'll say Zexal too, I do need to be in the mood to go back and rewatch Duel Monsters because it's not a short season. It is a five seasons with like 30, 40 episodes each season. Maybe 50 per season. Like, it's not short. No, 52 per season. GX has 4 seasons, and even in the fact that you do put 52 into each, still one less season. But thankfully with season 5, I'd say there's only a few duels. Like, for a good while, the only duels I saw in season 5 were the first few, so the first 3 episodes, and then anytime I do go back and rewatch, say, season 5, I typically only go back and watch the very last duel of season 5, Yugi vs. Cat. Because quite frankly, I don't need to watch Kyber kick somebody rich, pompous dude's ass because he's, quite frankly, a bitter bitch. He makes Kyber not look petty. But this dude was willing to cheat to give his younger brother a chance to beat Yugi, and was just willing to cheat to doing it. It's like, hold on, you know for a fact I would have been like, hold on, wait a second. Doesn't count here, the King of Games is still the King of Games. And guys, this comes from someone who... Yami Yugi lost to Yugi in the Awakening Dragons arc. Kyber found out that he lost his, you know, King of Games title, which technically speaking, they weren't playing for it, so I don't know if it still counts. It's a questionable thing. And his first words were, Yugi lost? And it's like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Kyber gives more of a shit whether Yugi wins or loses now. Oh, damn it, I ran into that. Yeah, this is going badly. But, so, yeah, get back to the conversation about only having 20 decks when it first came out for a good while. So, there'd be Kyber, Yugi, Joey, Red Eyes, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes. But in more cases, it'd be Joey, Red Eyes, Yugi, Dark Magician, and Blue Eyes with Kyber support. Then for GX, I'd have Jaden, Zane, and Alexis, because Alexis is the first female duelist that we see a good amount of that can actually duel. Because Taya Garden, my Valentine we don't see that much of. She's in and out through Duelist Kingdom. We see her like a few times there. We see a bit more of it in Battle City, but that was like 2 seasons.
These teams are giving it their all for a shot at the win.
And then we see a decent bit of her in Awakened Dragons arc, but in that arc she is evil. She's on the bad guys team. All because of the fact that she felt like everyone was surpassing her. Which, guys, this is all because of someone like Joey Wheeler, who literally heart gold. Which is why at some points, why I do kind of feel bad when Kaiba goes and says, Joey, you're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. And if you don't know what that basically means, it basically saying, Joey, your skills are non-existent. The only way you could ever win a duel is if your opponent decides to take pity on you and surrender. Is basically Kaiba's definition of it. Kaiba then started giving him some case of, Joey might be good, when he willingly tanked a hit from the strongest Egyptian god in the anime, the Winged Dragon Ra, when it full-on went Blaze Cannon mode on Joey Wheeler. Now, Joey's one of the only people, Joey was the only person in the Battle City Finals that, one, didn't have an Egyptian god. There was only 3 of them, and Bakura had the Winged Dragon Ra, Yugi had Slifer, and Kaiba had Obelisk. Granted, he did still have a pretty powerful monster that needed 3 tributes, or could be tributed for 3 monsters. Mariko was the only one who had like something that needed 3 tributes that never tributed 3 monsters for. Because the whole bringing Winged Dragon Ra back Monster Reborn exists because of Mario. He'd run cards that give him Monster Reborn back. Bear in mind, at that point in time, I don't know in the anime whether Monster Reborn was limited to one copy per deck. But if it wasn't, why in God's name Earth was he, like, granted, I know it would have been rare, but why would he not track down, say, 2 more cards? Or make a couple fakes? He made a couple fakes of Winged Dragon Ra, it's not like he couldn't. But yeah, so then we get to 5Ds, where it would have been Yusei Stardust, Jack Atlas Red Dragon Archfiend, and Akiza's Black Rose, and then I 100% would have wanted to make Crow's Black Wing, but it would have been one I wouldn't mind missing. Because Luna doesn't have, like, the 5 Time Dragons, because there are 5 and 5Ds, the 5 dragons. Luna doesn't have great support, and getting new support now. That might already be, I'm not 100% sure. And Leo's Morphronics aren't the best. Like, he's got a pretty powerful monster that gets run in another deck, being powerful Braver Dragon, but like the rest of his archetype may as well not be great. So there would have been them 3, and already that's up to 9. Then there would have been Yuma and Kite, so Utopia and Galaxy Eyes. Shark / Rio, because I've always liked Rio's archetype. She never had a full set support, but I run it with some of Shark support and mix them all into one, because it does work. Which is then 3 more, which is then 12. I then have Yuya and Declan, so DD and Odd Eyes and Triple D, different dimension demons. I'm not going to completely chuck Zuzu's into that, because I will chuck it in, because I run Zuzu's Melodious with someone else's archetype from Reigns, who run Trickstars, but I run more Trickstars now than I used to, just to facilitate all the Trickstars plays. So that's 3. So that's 15. Then we get to Zexal, no Reigns, and it's like Cybers, Borrowload, or technically Dark Dragon Link now, but Borrowload. Then Marinsas, because the person called Blue Angel went from Blue Angel to Blue Maiden, still used Trickstar. Then she became Blue Angel to Blue Gown and still run Trickstars. Then she became Blue Maiden, and then run Marinsas. So then there were 18. That leaves me 2 decks, which would then be Sword Soul and probably something like Branded or Yubel. Because I'd still want at least aim at a deck. Back then I didn't, but back then it was a case of I still had a couple other decks, like Harpies I wanted to run. Can't think of anybody else from Zexal. There's Destiny Heroes I wanted to run at some point. Because when I say I run Jaden's cards, yeah, I mean I run Jaden's cards. They're not great, but I like them. So thankfully they've now done it up to like 40. That you can have up to like 40 decks on Master Duel, which is an additional, like, because you can buy 5 more deck slots, which means you can buy 10 overall. And there was a way to earn, and then got booted up from 20 to 25. Then you could then earn 5 more. So you can still earn like 5 more without needing to buy extra slots. So you can still get up to like 25, which is still pretty decent. But like meta decks now, you need, unless you're going to willingly dismantle and get rid of them, there's still going to be a few decks. Also, technically, when I say I don't have Malice built, I kind of can, but I don't want to dismantle like 5 decks just to build one. Because to get one ultra, to build one new ultra rare card, that'd be dismantling 3 ultra rare cards. But enough of the Yu-Gi-Oh talk. It's kind of the reason why I never will, because me and competitive side of Yu-Gi-Oh, it starts to get to a point where it's like, this game's not going nowhere. Do I really just, surrender, go into a new one, because they've won now, I'm just ending it quicker. I don't always do it, it's rare I do it, to be fair. But guys, for this week for streaming, I'm gonna say it now, considering I might start trying to say it like Monday or Tuesdays, like saying what the plans are. Feel free to then point out at the end of the week, like, hold on, dude, you didn't keep to half list. There probably won't be no streams tomorrow because Wednesday typically isn't. New Adventures and Thursday. Fridays I'm busy. Like last Friday was a case of where it was supposed to be, but stuff happened from the previous week. Did I get the fun of steam on that for this week because I chose not to, but last week. Because, guys, typically UK-wise, meet up about 5 o'clock, typically. It then took Travis Scotty until like 6, half 6, no, half 6, nearly. No, just after 6, because I was eating food at the time. To then message me like, dude, are you coming? The dude can drive, so he could have offered to pick me up, but still. Granted, it wasn't a case of that, I probably said no either way. Granted, I would have said no either way, but it's like, by the time I get done eating, it'll be my half 6. By the time I then walk down, it's closer to, it's probably gone 7 o'clock. If not closer to 7, by the time I get the stuff ready and walk all the way down. What, to then need to play for a couple of hours and then get dropped back off about 10. Maybe half 10 pushing it. So in the end, I decided it wasn't worth it. Besides, the son of a bitch decided to like play dumb, stupid games. It wasn't even Travis Scott who done stupid games. It's someone else, which essentially chucked last week into bloody disarray. But either way, but for streams this week, New Adventure Thursday, Saturday will then be Marvel Rivals. Although, guys, if you still want to see Marvel Rival content, like and subscribe and actually watch it. Like, not this week, but the week before I had someone being like, hey, new just subs. It's like, thanks, hey, hope you enjoy the content. This week it's like, okay, so me presuming this is going to do great. Please prove me wrong. Like, I want to see Marvel Rivals succeed. Also, the reason why I do Overwatch on the Tuesday and not necessarily Saturday and do Rivals on the Tuesday, Overwatch updates every Tuesday. A nice easy thing. Also, videos for Friday, there won't be them. I'm going to try and do 1 or 2 additional videos each month, but the last 2 haven't done as great as they probably could have. So, granted, both weren't interesting comments. Like, the GTA business talk was talking about essentially what was the most, like, if you want to know what the most profitable businesses, in my opinion, are, check the GTA 5 business video. If you want to know what I consider some of Minecraft's greatest legends, check what is a Minecraft legend. Both videos that have both been produced, that have both been edited, uploaded in the last couple of weeks. I don't mind doing additional videos and putting additional content. I do streams because it takes me barely any time to put. It doesn't take much effort to do them, and they do still perform a tiny bit better. But like, I don't mind doing the videos as long as they're actually going to perform decently. And like, streams you can kind of predict, because like, if you see a bunch of people join, it's like, yeah, it's going to be decent, and then you might get a few additional like people watching after. Because guys, I'm type one of those people who might be like, okay, this looks interesting, I'll check back after it's finished, because if I don't know, like, if I know streams they're going to be like, say, 3 hours, I'll sit and watch it for the 3 hours. But if I don't know it's going to be the full 3 hours, I'm not sitting and watching for 3 hours. I'm 100% getting distracted halfway through. And so Marvel Rivals Saturday, then probably won't be nothing Sunday, but I might chuck an additional rival stream on Sunday. There might be an additional one tomorrow. I might essentially chuck an additional one just to be like, this is to make up for the fact of last week where I basically only streamed for like half an hour. I say half an hour, I can full on check now and I can full on see. It wasn't too short, but like, compared to the rest of my content, like, it's lacking. Although this is then definitely taking a run for its money. But guys, if you are new around here, please like and subscribe. Sorry for essentially chatting for an additional like 5 minutes when I didn't really need to. But anyway, this is Tiger signing off. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.